Welcome to the highly unstructured how-to video, how to add multimedia elements to PowerPoint. When I say unstructured, it's because I am just going to look at the menu options and play with them while you watch. So let's go to the next slide, which is add a picture. And you'll notice there is no picture. I can add a clip art. If I click down there, I can insert a picture from file if I click there, or insert media clip if I pick there. But what I want is insert a picture. But actually, I'm going to do it from the menu. So I go up to the ribbon bar, and there's the menu. I can add any of these things to my slide. But I'm going to go and click Picture. By default, it opens up the Pictures folder library. And within here, I'm going to go to the sample pictures that come standard with Windows 7, and I'm going to select the cuddly koala bear. And there we have it, a cuddly koala bear. Now, you might notice that there are little handles, these things, on the corner of the koala bear and on the sides, all the way around. And this green ball. They actually help you manipulate the picture on your slide. If you grab the green ball, you can rotate the picture. So if I want free rotate my koala so he's upside down, there we go. If I do something like this though and I don't like it, I can immediately hold down the control key on my keyboard, press the letter Z, and undo. Very handy to know. Undo is a Control Z. Now, I can resize my koala by grabbing one of the corners, and everything stays in proportion when I resize with her. Undo again. I can resize though, but change the ratio of height to width by grabbing, say, this handle on the side, or the handle on the bottom or top. So I can make my koala seem like he's traveling through time. But I don't like that. So I'm going to keep undoing until I get right back to the normal koala. But let's resize him just a bit. Let's go down to about that size there. Put him back in the center. Now let's look at some of the options we have up on the ribbon bar. You can change the brightness of the koala, which is handy if you've got to correct for photographs or you want to do something artistic. You can change the contrast, which is also kind of cool. You can take a normal picture and accentuate certain features. You can recolor it. This is handy if you want to have sort of an artsy-fartsy sort of presentation going on here. Lots of options. In fact, let's say, for example, if we do that, make them bigger, we can turn our koala into the background picture for our slide. Here we go. The koala is the whole slide. Now, you'll notice I lost my title. In fact, all my text, anything that was be there, is gone. But if I click the send to back, suddenly everything comes in front of my koala bear. So suddenly I can have a picture slide that's the koala bear, and I could add all sorts of information about the koala to this. Or I can undo it. There we are. One more time, we're back to the normal koala bear. I can change the border on my koala bear. There's lots of options here, and if you hit the little down arrow there, you'll see there's lots of other default options already here. The one I kind of like is the soft border right there, because koalas are soft and fuzzy anyway. I can change the shape, the border, the effects. These ones are more useful when there's more than one picture on the page, so we'll come back to them in a sec. I can crop my photo. What cropping means is that I can change what actually shows up of the picture. It's like I'm hiding part of the picture. It's still there, but it's hidden from view. So let's say I'm doing a unit on ears, hearing, and I want to focus on only the koala's ear, because what I'm going to do ultimately is I'm going to have on a slide, say, 5 different ears, and then the names of those 5 different animals, and I want the kids in the class to say, okay, that's a koala ear, that's a kangaroo ear, that's a wallaby ear. Looks a lot like kangaroo ear for those in the know. And they can do their thing. But that's what cropping allows you to do. And you can, again, undo that just by doing a Control Z. And we're back. I can also set the height and width of my picture here. Let's say I wanted the height to be exactly 3. There we go. My height's exactly 3. And it kept my height to width ratio. So there we have it, our koala bear. Now let's add another picture to this slide. You'll notice I didn't go to add another picture while my koala was selected. I clicked on a blank part of the slide before doing this. Otherwise it would replace my koala. So picture. What goes good with koalas? Penguins. Penguins and koalas. Perfect. So let's make our penguins just a little smaller. In fact, they're not quite right. They don't work together. So let's change the border. Now they have the same border. But you know what? I think I want the koala in front of the penguins because I like koalas more. I'm going to bring it to the front. Now you notice that? I can do send to back, bring to front. If I had multiple items on this screen, I could use this to select each item or each object on this picture, and I could push it back, or slide rather, push it back or bring it forward. I can also select both of them by holding down the Shift key and selecting the next element. And if there are 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, I could do the same thing with them. And I can choose to align them. I'm going to align them left. But they're different sizes, and that doesn't work for me. So maybe I'm going to set a standard height of 2.5 for them. Now they're still overlapping though, so let's just drag them like this. Select. And let's align center. Perfect. They're the same size. They're completely lined up. Now I could have, say, insert a text box over here. This could be koala bear. Not a true bear, but rather blah 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 blah. Oops. Too many dots for an ellipsis. There we go. And I could do the same thing down here for my penguins. There they are. Penguins. Not just, oops. I couldn't spell my way out of a wet paper bag. Not just a hockey team. They are also flightless birds that live in the Antarctic. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I've got my pictures in. I've added stuff to it. I've manipulated my pictures. Pretty much, those are the basics. If you want to explore further, do a Google search or just look at the options you have when you have a picture selected. Look at the sort of stuff you can do. Anyway, have fun.